nothing to do, nowhere to go. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complaint level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. When the illusory I disappears, the actual I manifests. When the virtual I disappears, the actual I manifests. Virtual I is useful, but not real. See? Like husband, useful, but not real. See? Therefore, idam aham padabhikkyamanvaham ahamileenake pyalaya sattaya. So all the spiritual practice is knowing this very well, that the life is lived by two of them. One is the virtual I and second is the actual I. So the virtual I is useful but doesn't exist. Then use him, but don't become miserable because of that. See? Like the longitudes and latitudes on the globe. See? As a child, one can think. There was a child who was always thinking like this. I asked him, hey, what are you thinking so much? He said, I am thinking very seriously. Please tell me what is that? He said, how they must have drawn this line on the earth, on the globe. I am always thinking. Whether they have gone by helicopter with a big brush, but in between there is water, how can you? And if they go nearer to the earth, the blades will break it. So my all worry is how they must have drawn these lines. Because when they are drawing the line, the earth is moving, so then line will become teda. But this earth is the biggest challenge. See? And you can't say they are not real, because they are so important. Anywhere you take picture, your GPS tells you are here in Sedona. See? It is not wrong. Therefore, although these lines are virtual, but they are useful. So, also, I, the man, is real, actual, and all other relational personalities are virtual. Then, how to deal with? We have got the reply for that. Karnataka. See? Do your job sincerely, beautifully, perfectly, but don't get entangled in that. See? Otherwise, all the time, same thing. My son, was going well with one girl for almost 5 years, and I don't know what happened now. Now he doesn't want to get married to her. What should I do? I said, give me your address, I will get married to her. Now you can imagine these dumb mothers. That boy is running or going with a girl for 5 years, and now he doesn't want to get married, and his mother is worried. Swamiji, tell me, what you would have done had you been in my place? I said, I would have got married again. See, don't get involved in anybody's life beyond limits. See. Therefore, we have to recognize very clearly, life is lived by the virtual I, but we have to discover the actual I. For that, we don't have to discard, disregard, or throw away the virtual I. Use it. See? When we add data to our laptop or phone, 1 TB, 2 TB, does it become heavy? And when we delete, does it become light? आजकल light हो गया, data निकाल दिया. See, where it has gone. See, therefore, we have to again and again think in this line. And for that, now how the virtual I is born? Vigrahendriya pranadhi tamaha naham ekasat tajjadam yasat. The virtual I is born when there is identification with the vigraha. Vigraha is the body. Indriya, the faculties. Prana, the life, the hunger and thirst. The intellect. Tamaha, the ignorance. The panchakoshas. See? So, when we get identified with them and live, a virtual body is born. But now we have to understand, Naham ekasat. I cannot be any one of them. See? Because Tat Jadam hi asat. They are all inert. Jada. See? Gross body is inert. Nothing happens to the gross body. All experiences happen to the mind. Nothing happens to gross body. See? When they do some local anesthesia and do some operations, we can observe. See? And yet we are not getting hurt around that. That time what thoughts come in the mind? I think I am realized because they are cutting my toe and I am not getting hurt. It must be the sign of realization. For half an hour. After that, oh God, what happened? Toe is out of meditation. So only for a short period of time, the mind was banned entry in that area because of the chemical meditation of the toe. Exactly the same way. When we are not identified with the body, this world has no existence. The body is not knowing anything. Vigraha. Then Indriya, same thing, Indriya. Now here from sadhana point of view, try this. Sense organs are non-specific knowledge with reference to a particular object or particular object, okay. Like, how many objects? 5 objects. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. The Shabda, the ears or the hearing ability is non-specific. Therefore, eliminates all specific sounds. See? Sparsha means touch, not hot and cold, soft or hard. Shabda, Rupa. Rupa means form. Not the white or green or yellow or black or tall or short. No, any Rupa. Rasa means taste, any taste. Gandha means any smell. So, these 5 objects are essentially non-specific knowledge. But then we get lost in the specific. Unless there is a achar, what is there in the food? See? Khichdi ke char yaar, papad, mirchi, nimbu achar. See? Unless that is there, how can you say that the food is good? So what is happening? We are all lost in the specific objects. And if we rise above that, then we come to the non-specific objects called as tanmatras. Tan means tat, that. Matra means only. Only that. What is only that? Only smell. Not durgandha sugandha. See? Only form. Not fat or round or square. Only color. Not yellow, green, etc. Only that. So in short, what should be our spiritual practice? Do not give too much importance to the specific things in life. See? Maximum importance we give to khana, khana, khana. We should take smoothie in the morning so that the weight is reduced. But after smoothie, huge saudana khichdi. To reduce the weight, you take smoothie. And then 1 ton of. And after every meal, every day the same story. See, friends, the Vigraha, Indriya, then Prana. Prana has got 2 functions. One is hunger and thirst. When I go to China, Japan, Korea, the people in India, they have the same question. Swamiji, when you go to China, what about food? I said, I don't go there for eating. I go there for satsang. No, that's okay. That satsang is not important. Food is important. See, glutton. Whole life is spent only eating, 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 eating. How much time and energy we spend on that? See, when I was there in Mumbai, in my flat for 2.5 years, life was so simple. I used to make only one meal. Breakfast khichdi, lunch khichdi, evening khichdi. Over. Otherwise, there is no end to it. Even the smoothie, I go to so many houses. The smoothies have got so many varieties. We should put this or we should put that and we should put this. There is no other theme in the house other than food. They will be born potatoes in next life. All of them will be born potatoes who are taking smoothie. Vigrahendriya prana. Prana gives you hunger and thirst. See? Thirst also. You should drink 8 liters of water every day. Are you camel? See? So much. I can't understand how you can think about drinking so much of water. One of my good friend, he is Ayurveda Acharya, and he told me, he said, Swamiji, I know you. I have never seen you drinking water. I said, I don't get thirsty at all. And I don't get the feeling that I should drink water. But everybody tells me, Swamiji, you should drink water. So what should I do? He says, Swamiji, yours is a perfect one. Don't go after those camel people drinking water all the time. Because when you take too much of water, all your juices are diluted and thrown out of your urine. And when you take food, it goes and pakka ban gaya, no digestion. And then problem, undigested food cannot make you healthy. See? And it happens only because of excess of water. Moving with a tanker. See, all the time. Every 2 minutes, doubtful whether I am still alive or not. See, naham eka vigrahendriya prana, then dhi. Everything is lost in this world only because of cause and effect illusion. Why? Because the sky is too high. We have heard Dakshinamurti Vishwam pashyati karya karanataya swaswami sambandhataha Shishyacharya tathaiva pitruputradhyatmana bhedataha. Maya kalpita. Cause and effect is an illusion. But intellectuals, they get involved so much in cause and effect that they justify, under this condition, anybody will be miserable. Then anybody is me. Continue. If you want to get out of this cause and effect, there are two techniques. One technique is, in our mantra, jo tari rahe so mari rahe. O Lord, thy will be done. See? Go beyond cause and effect. Second thing is, instead of wasting time in cause and effect, now this is the situation. Now think, how do we come out of this situation? See? There was one girl, a Maharashtrian girl. Maharashtrians have no dance in them, like South Indians have. But this, because his son is going for tennis, this is America. Okay, my daughter also goes for what you call that, Bharatanatyam. Now what is Bharatanatyam? Kicking the floor. Now the South Indians know how to kick the floor. But Maharashtrians don't know. To try to prove that I am a better dancer than you. And something went wrong with her both heels. For 2 years she was going on a wheelchair in the school, class 6 and class 7. See? Then the people, we have not done any bad to anything. Why this is happening to crying. Now that her father told, you only brought Swami to my life. And what Swamiji told, cause effect is unreal. Don't get lost in that. This is the situation. Think how we come out of it. Don't become frustrated. Those who are lost in cause and effect, they ultimately end in depression and frustration. We have not done anything to anybody. Why this is happening to you? You have not done in this life, but in the last life, last life. But I don't remember. You may not remember, but the divine computer doesn't delete the data. It is still there. See, the day you get out of cause and effect, what happens is you learn the art of accepting the life as it is presented to you. No complaints. Living at zero complaint level. These intellectuals are intelligently miserable. See, one is it is like that. See? Now take an example. Do you ask a question, why we can see with the eyes, why not with the ear? Once I was taking food and my sense organs were talking and complaining to me. This tongue is always getting nice food to taste. I had to only look at it. I cannot taste. The eyes started crying. I said, don't cry, yaar, I'll give you. I took hari mirchi ki chutney. Eat. When you rise above cause and effect, you have conquered your intellect. Is one way. And the second way was, jo sari rahe so mari rahe. Intellect can be conquered only by these two techniques. There is no third technique. The first technique is the technique of upasana. See? We have no complaint. So, vigrahendriya pranadhi, the intellect. Tamaha, tama is ignorance. Now, about ignorance also we should understand. Ignorance is not absence of knowledge. Ajnana is not absence of knowledge. Ajnanam or ignorance means incompleteness in knowledge. I am body is not a problem. With this I am body only we can conduct our business. I am body is not a problem. Only this body I am and that body I am not, problems begin. See? On what ground we say this body I am? This body I have not created. That body also I have not created. Those are same. See? And therefore, when we are rising above the tamaha, ignorance, we will break the barriers of our cocoon existence. My wife, my child, never going out of the house. Expand yourself, merge with the society, and yet don't get entangled in the world. See, friends, it is so important. Such people remain in such a small thinking, they cannot grow. Therefore, Vigrahendriya Pranadhi Tamaha, then Naham Ek Asat. Naham Ek Asat. None of them I am, because I am Sat and the pure existence. So, the body I support. The body is because of me, I am not because of the body. The indriyas are because of me, I am not because of the indriya. The prana, the intellect, the ignorance, they are because of me, I am not because of them. Now start working on it. We are not identified with the body 24/7. When we are not identified with the body, as in dream or deep sleep or samadhi, still we continue to exist. So the body is because of me or I am because of the body. Think. Therefore, naham ek asad, tad jadam asad. All these fellows are jada. Now be attentive. If you are looking at my face, you may be seeing somewhere where the skin is tight or glass frame, from your angle, you will see the two types of lights. One is the general light which is illuminating the face. And second is the specific light. See? Ek raat mein do chand khile. See? So, one is general light, second is specific light. In the same manner, general light is illuminating the mind or the intellect. And there is a specific light. And what is that specific light? Be attentive. Every thought has got a capacity to reflect the consciousness as the Chidabhasa. So every thought has got three components. The specific expression of consciousness in the thought as Chidabhasa enlivens the inert thought. The thought by itself is inert. See, like the car by itself is stationary. But when the horsepower is inaugurated, it starts moving. In the same manner, intellect by itself is inert, but when it is reflecting the consciousness as Chidabhasa, under what condition? When the mind is converted into a thought. And how the mind is converted into thought? Because of the contents introduced in the mind. How the contents are introduced in the mind? Because we give undue value to something or somebody. Then mind is converted into thought, and that object is a foreign body. So when foreign body goes in our food, it becomes painful. The food becomes swollen. Then what we have to do? Remove the foreign body. Naturally the food will come down in its own time. In the same manner, remove the foreign body. What are the foreign bodies? We have given importance to anything is a foreign body. So how the world enters our mind? Like we enter in the mirror. It is an entry without entrance. See? Suppose I give her undue value, then there will be her entry in my mind. That will create a thought, and that thought will trouble me. What I have to do? Devalue her. When I devalued, then the thought has merged back in the mind. So in every thought, consciousness reflects as Chidabhasa. Therefore, in the thought, three things happen. Knower of the object that is known, and the knowledge of the object, three of them. It is called a Triputi. And this Triputi happens only in the light of the reflected consciousness, called a Chidabhas. Therefore, Naham Ekam Sat. When you do not allow any thought to be formed, there is no knower, there is no known, because the object has not entered the mind. That which doesn't enter in our mind doesn't exist for us. When the mind is contaminated by the entry of the object through undue importance that we give to something or somebody, immediately thought is formed, and in that thought, the knower is born. He is only a reflected consciousness, not the real one. See. Therefore, Naham Ekasat Tajjadam Asat. So all the Panchakoshas are inert by themselves. See. Very clear it should be. Then, continuing further, in the 23rd, Sattva Bhasika Chitkva Etara, Vetara, Va Itara, it is Vetara, na? Sattva Bhasika Chit, Kva Va Itara, is the Sat and the Chit. Are they two? See? In Taittiriya Upanishad, on this mantra, Bhagavan Shankara has got a maximum commentary. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyomanna Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Sah Brahmana Vipaschiteti. He who is able to recognize Sat, Chit and Ananda, they are not three. See, like a red, big lotus flower. Now in this red and big, these are the adjectives of the flower. Red could be anything. Gusse mein eyes are red. Big stomach could be big. See? Flower could be anything, not necessarily lotus. So, red, big and flower, these are what? Flower is an object, red and big are the adjectives. In the same manner, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. Paramatma is Ananta. Is Satyam, Jnanam, these are the adjectives? Or that which is Sat itself is Chit. If Sat is not Chit, then it is inert. And if the Chit is not Sat, then it is non-existent. Asat. Therefore, Sat and Chit, they are one. When this is recognized, then it is called as Ananta or Ananda. See, the simple example I gave, the Srikhanda is in the Katori. That is Sat. It is existing there. And it is tasted by the tongue. It is Chit. We simply keep on looking at you and the prayers are not getting over and Urdu Mulamada Shakum Ashwatam Narupam Asyata Sola. So misery. Because Sat and Chit are separate. Then you take your tarjani. Srikhanda should never be eaten by chammach. You take your tarjani, put it. And the moment Sat, Srikhanda and Chit tongue, they come together, Ananda. So what is Ananda? Ananda is where the division of subject-object division disappears. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam. When we are happy, the division of knower known, experiencer experienced disappears. But Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam, we have to discover within ourselves. We don't discover within ourselves. Our happiness is outside. If I get that, if I enjoy that, then I'll be happy, So when we are able to recognize undifferentiated bliss, what we experience is not ananda, it is not bliss, it is pleasure, dependent on some objects outside. And in deep sleep, our happiness is not because of anything or because of anybody. It is independent of all. This is what is mentioned here, that sattva bhasika chitkva vetara. Is the sat and chit separate? No. Therefore, sattaya hi chit, chittaya hi sat. Sat and chit, they are not two. Now try to recognize when sat, the rasgulla, chit, the tongue, when they become one, rasgulla we take, open our mouth, put on the tongue, mouth also closes, eyes also close. 100% withdrawn. Now that Ananda, is it coming to rasgulla? Is the Ananda coming to the tongue? Tongue is only taste, that's it. Ananda is experienced by whom? The one who wanted to eat. He disappears. Because the desire is fulfilled. See? Therefore, sattva bhasika chit, the consciousness which is illuminating the existence. Sattva bhasika chit and sattaya hi chit. And the existence, can it be apart from the chit? No. Otherwise it will become jada. So, sattaya hi chit and chittaya hi sat. Chittaya hi aham. See, friends. Is not difficult. That I told you from Kundalini point of view, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti. Struggle. Jnana tells, if I get that object, I will be happy. Kriya Shakti struggling to get it. You get that object, you are happy for one moment. Then, if I get that also, again it is separated. Again you get it, again there is happiness. So our happiness is dependent on the things. But when this division disappears, then be attentive. What is our experience? Our experience is not in a sequence. I am and I am conscious. This is not our experience. Our experience is simultaneously being conscious. Therefore, one of our book is Knowing is Being. You cannot know without being, and you cannot be without knowing. When this happens, what is the net result? Sarvan kaman saha ashnute. His all desires stand fulfilled simultaneously. Meaning, thereafter no desire left to be done. All our desires are in a sequence. If I get good marks, I will get in the college. You get good marks. Then I should get that college. You get admission there. Now I should complete this education in due time. You complete it. Now I should get a good job. You get a good job. Now I should get married. You get married. Now I should have children. You get dozen. And then no end to it. See? Sarvan kaman sa. Meaning what? Now there are no loose ends left in our body. Life is fulfilled. See? With lot of desires and limited time at our disposal is being a samsari. With lot of time at our disposal but no desire is being Jivan Mukta. Get it? I have to do this, I have to do, but how much I got to samsari. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Realize. So what is the catch? Catch is desire, desire, desire. Desires can never be fulfilled. You have one desire, second will stand. Complete second, third will stand. And yet we don't understand. The tragedy is this. See? About this I tell you how it can be really practiced in one's life. There was a child and he came when I was taking food. So I called him, I said, hey, come Dabbo. He came, sit with me, I'll give you food in my plate. So he sat and then he was eating whatever I was giving, but I saw his attention was only on the achar, nimbu ka achar. I said, you like achar? I like, but my mummy tells, don't eat achar. I said, you are sitting with mummy or with me? I am sitting with you. Now do what I tell. Okay, Swamiji. Actually, he wanted to eat. Then I said, eat. He did not take little bit. He took the whole piece of nimbu and put on his tongue. Close the mouth. Next thing, not talking. I don't want. Then wash your hands. Next 4 hours, he did not talk, did not do anything. So, I said, what happened to you, man? If you don't open your mouth and talk, I am going to tickle you. Then he said, he showed his tongue. That piece of nimbu achar was still sitting there. I said, why don't you eat and swallow it, keeping like this thing? He said, okay. But he did not swallow, he took it out and kept in his hand. Now, yes, what want me to talk to you? I said, what kind of funny thing, is this the way to eat? You know what he said? He said, Swamiji, I thought you are Swami, you will understand. I said, okay, teach me. He said, where do you taste? I said, in the tongue. If I swallow, the taste is gone. My mother doesn't allow me to eat. Now she can't do anything. So I am enjoying. Therefore, the achar is on my tongue. I am satisfied. Hunger food, I every day eat food. But this I don't get. See, friends, when we like something, Ariya, come khao na. Have you seen dogs eating food? Dogs never taste the food. You give anything, next one. See, enjoy every bite. And when you thus start eating this thing, then you will very easily be able to understand this, that the Sat and the Chit, when they remain together, meaning what? When experiencer and the experienced, they merge, experience happens. And therefore, experiencer without the experiencer is the truth. Sattvabhasika chitkvavetara chittaya sattaya hi chittaya yaham. This is the meaning of aham. This is the meaning of the real aham. Not the virtual, but the actual. See? Now this aham is neither happy nor miserable. We go beyond this relative happiness versus misery. No. One transcends the dvandva. Dvandvair vimukta sukadukka sanyahi gachanti amudaha tat avyayam padam. Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, Bhagavan says, gachanti amudaha. Such people are no more fools. Gachanti means they are. So, such people are no more fool. Gachanti amudaha. Who? Dvandvaihi Dvandvaihi vimukta. They have transcended the complementary opposites. Which are the complementary opposites? Sukadukka sanyahi. How can we go beyond it? Only by analyzing your experience. The joy I illuminate, the sorrow I eliminate. So I am not for or against anybody. And to practice this, only inquiry, understanding is necessary. See? What should be the understanding? There is nothing in this world which is singular except Paramatma. Everything is in complementary opposites. Tall, short, round, thin, joy, sorrows, gain, loss, health, disease, janma, mrityu, friend, enemy. This is the fabric of this world. Day, night. Can you change it? You cannot. But we imagine, I should get only happiness. Not possible. Where misery will go? Let me also come a little bit. See, friends, when we are ready to accept the world, that this is how the world is, थोड़ी गम है, थोड़ी खुशियाँ, ये जीवन है. But we are obsessed. We become pakshi. Take only one side. I want only happiness, not misery. Misery, मैं दिखाती हूँ. Misery. See, my friends, therefore, when we are thus able to recognize this principle of spirituality, that sattaya hi chit, chittaya hi aham. So this aham is present in the waking without becoming a waker, present in the dream without becoming a dreamer, present in the deep sleep without going to sleep. See, that is the truth. And you know the best part? We don't have to do anything for this. It is like this. And therefore, spiritual life is less of doing and more of knowing. Isha jivayoho veshadhi vida satsvabhavatu vastu kevalam. See? Isha jivayoho. Depending upon the conditioning, the same truth is called in two different ways. The same man is both the son and the father. How can the same man be the son and the father? Are Dumbo, with reference to his father, he is a son. With reference to his son, he is a father. So he is both son and the father. Does it mean that he has become two? No. In the same manner, Isha Jiva, Ishvara and the Jiva, Isha Jiva Yoho, Veshadhi Vida. What is the costume that is being put on? When the costume is Maya, he is Ishvara. When the costume is Panchakoshas, he is Jiva. See? When the costume is the father, he is the son. When the costume is the son, he is the father. The father has become Ishvara and the son has become Jiva. But actually is only one. See, friends. Now this is not theoretical. Discover these two principles. So when we are slaves of our sense organs, our mind and our intellect, we are Jiva. When we are the controller and the master of our sense organs, mind and intellect, we are Ishvara. Unwanted gossip, we cannot stop. Kitty party, Jiva. Don't get involved. There is no need. Best thing is while taking food. अच्छा है थोड़ा लिही क्यों नहीं doctor told if you take more sweet your sweat will start sweating sweet. No, doctor said, but doctor also said you can take injections. Jiva is working. But if thus far not further, a person who has got the courage, ability and strength to deny, he alone is walking spiritual path. Nayamatma balahinena labhyaha. For the weaklings, the spiritual path is not. And the inner strength is called as Ishvara. See? It's very simple, friend. Morning, the sleep is over. So the Jiva, oh, what will I do getting up early morning? So far I never got up. Now what will I do? These Babaji, they got nothing to do. Why waste time? And be attentive. After your real sleep is over and you don't come out of the bed, you keep on, in English it is called as wool gathering. Keep on, all unwanted thinking goes on. And all the energy that you have harvested by going to sleep, like our phone. At night we put it into the power and the whole night the power is regained in the phone. And in the same manner, when we go to sleep, we have plugged ourselves to the divine. All the power is again regained. We are fresh in the morning. But instead of that, again we go to not sleep, but lazying. Mind keeps on working. And all the power which was charged is discharged in that unwanted hang up on the bed. And then we get up. यार आजकल कुछ मूड ही नहीं, कैसे मूड आएगा? मूड हो ना. Those who cannot leave their bed on their own early, they are good for nothing. Samaji, are you hinting at... No, I am hitting. See? Alasya, Nidra, Pramad. These three things are our enemy. See? Many times we feel that I am quiet and say, but you are not quiet, you are sleeping. See? There are some people who can sleep with eyes open. See? There was no control. Therefore, Isha Jiva Yoho Veshadhir Vida, the same Paramatma is Jiva as well as Ishvara, then Sat Swabhavato Vastu Kevalam. But it is the same truth. Because of the conditioning of the Panchakoshas is called Jiva, because of the conditioning of the Maya is called Ishvara. Now be attentive. Then what is to be done in the next verse? Veshahanataha swatma darshanam, Isha darshanam swatma rupataha. See? So what was said in the last verse? Sat swabhavataha, essentially, vastu kevalam. Kevalam means what? Kevalam is a technical term. Kevalam is that where no differences are available. See. Like, technically I am telling you, Sajatiya Bheda, Vijatiya Bheda and Swagata Bheda. Vijatiya Bheda means what? Trees are not animals. They belong to different jati. Jati means Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. It is a political definition. It is wrong. They are Varna. They are not Jati. Jati means the shape. Manushya Jati, Vanaspati Jati, Pashu Jati. So Vijatiya Bhed means what? The animals are not the trees. Vijatiya. Sajatiya Bhed means what? All are animals. But one is a cow, the other is a buffalo, the third is a camel, the fourth is a pig. So they are Sajatiya Bheda. Then Swagata Bheda, only one cow. But the horns are not the tail is not the stomach is not the leg is not the nose. These are the three types of differences. These three types of differences are absent. Then it is called as Kevala. Only. $100 only. Not more, not less. Vastu Kevalam. So what are the three types of differences? Be attentive. Jiva Jagat difference. Jiva Ishvara difference. Ishvara Jagat difference. 3. Then Ishvara Jiva difference. Then Jiva Jiva difference. Jagat Jagat difference. See? When all these differences are absent, Vastu Kevalam. See? So presently we are carrying the limitation of the Panchakoshas. Therefore we are suffering. Ishvara is not suffering. He is carrying the conditioning of the Maya. Maya is infinite potentiality. Like the fire is not carrying the burden of the heat. Fire doesn't get burned because of the heat. Others are burned. In the same manner, Paramatma, Brahman, is carrying the Maya or infinite potentiality but does not get influenced by that. Like the cobra carries the venom, but he doesn't get poisoned because of the venom. See? The fire doesn't get burned because of the heat. So Ishvara is owning the potentiality, but Jiva is under the influence of the potentiality. When I am seeing through my eyes all colors and forms, and not get attracted, attached or disturbed by any color and form, through me Ishvara is expressing. When I am seeing through through my eyes, all colors and forms, and I am getting influenced by any color and form, Jiva is born. Yesterday I gave you one example about the grandmother, granddaughter, and granddaughter's friend. My vision toward those two children was the vision of God. And the vision of the grandmother towards her granddaughter was the vision of a Jiva. For me, both of them were equal. See? Therefore, out of these two conditionings, Panchakosha conditioning and Maya conditioning, which is in our hand? Can we remove Bhagwan's conditioning of Maya? Can we stop the fire remaining hot? No, we have no choice. Then our sadhana will be, we have to come out of the limitations of Panchakoshas. See? I can remove my cap. I cannot remove somebody else's cap. In the same manner, I have to remove the limitations of my Panchakoshas. I cannot remove the limitation of Bhagavan. Then what is to be done? Bhagavan, 7th chapter. Daivi hesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mam eva ye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. We can only surrender to the divine will. Jo thari raha hai, so mari raha hai. Whichever way you take, we have to discover that we are independent of everything. This independent, uncontaminated, unconditioned, non-virtual reality is our essential nature. So, Veshahanataha Swatmadarshanam. When we thus are free from the limitations of these Panchakoshas, this is called as Swatma Darshanam. This is our essential nature. That is the self. Now see, we can discard the colors and forms. Here come to the eyes. You discard the Pancha Jnanendriyas, you come to the mind. You discard the mind, you come to the intellect, the I. You discard the I, you come to the life. You discard the life, life is an expression of Paramatma, we come to Paramatma. See? Discard, I'll tell you another example. This happened in Delhi. I explained in some of my talks. One of my friend, very good person, in a police officer, a rare type of person. He never spoke to me anything about his family or anything, only Tattva Chinta. So he said once, Swamiji, this time I am not getting any time to come for satsang, too many problems. So please give me some homework for the next year. I said, okay. I said, come inside the room. He came. Close it. He thought I am going to do something to him. Then I said, now switch off the lights. He said, no, answer my question, don't argue. So, okay. What do you see? He said, nothing, darkness. I said, don't reply like a dumb person. I give another chance. What do you see? He said, nothing, darkness. Can the eyes see darkness? Eyes can see only in light. When you say you are seeing darkness. Yes, Swamiji, I am wrong. I said, switch on the light. He switched on. Now what do you tell? See, you tell. He said, I can see you, I can see the furniture, you can see this thing, I can see a water bottle, I can see your laptop, I can see your bed, I can see your shoes. Go on telling. He said, that's all. Again, yes, I can see the fan, I can see the AC. More? No, that's all, I think, there's nothing more. Again, you are becoming dumb. tell something more. No, that's all. He said, are you not seeing the light? Seeing the light. Yes, I was wrong. I said, continue. What more you are seeing in addition to the things and the light? Now definitely there is nothing. I said, I can see something more. What is that? I'd say electricity. Without electricity, can there be light? Without light, can there be these objects? If this example is clear, where are we lost? In the objects. Can we see our sense organs? We are slaves of our sense organs. Can we see the mind? We are slaves of the mind, likes and dislikes. Can we see the wisdom, the eye? We are slave of the eye, holier than thou. Can we transcend this eye and come to the life principle? And we are lost in Jada Chetan. Can we go beyond Jada Chetan? We are living at the periphery of our personality. Therefore, Isha Jivayoho Veshadhir Vida Satsvabhavato Vastu Kevalam Veshahanataha. When we thus discard this conditioning, discard the slavery of the sense objects, come back to the sense organs. Discard the slavery of the sense organs, come back to the mind. Discard the influence of your personal likes and dislikes, come to the I. And don't get limited only this one thing, but this I is an expression of life. And life is a manifestation of the Chaitanya. Come back. Veshahanataha. We have put on so many clothes. Swatma darshanam. Then you will know yourself. Then, Isha darshanam, be attentive. When you know yourself, you cannot know yourself without being the self. Knowing is being. Therefore, Swatma rupataha Isha darshanam. Then you come to know that the Ishvara and you, they are the expressions of the same reality. Both the Son, the Jiva, and Father, the Ishvara, both are the same man. The same man appears to have become two because of two vesha, two conditionings. See? Therefore, Isha darshanam swatma rupataha. Be attentive. Instead of wasting time for, I want to have the vision of God. One lady asked me this question in Puttaparthi. Swamiji, when can I have the vision of God? I said, Amma, whose place is this? He said, Baba's. What do you call Baba? Hey, Mr. Baba, come. No. You call him Bhagwan, is it not? So you are having darshan every day. What next you want? See? He is Bhagwan, is only your imagination. I don't call him Bhagwan. So you are having the vision of Bhagwan. Now what more you want? You are not understanding. I said, really, I am not understanding. See, friends, by vision of God, nothing happens. See? Then let Him express through us. Let Paramatma manifest through us. He told me he is frustrated. He has no hands. He is searching for the free hands. But all hands are busy in the selfish activities. He wants to express, but all the speeches are busy in condemning others, backbiting, talking ill about others, and glorifying oneself. See? He wants to express. Chup, abhi nahi, baad mein. Let him express through us. See? Therefore, Ishadarshanam Swatma Rupataha. Unless you discover you are divine. And this has not to be true. मालूम है आज के हो गया यार. अपना तो काम हो गया. तुम्हारा क्या है? No. Be very attentive. You cannot know the truth without being the truth. And the truth is that which is supporting the differences without getting differentiated. When we see the differences and are influenced by the differences, and therefore we start getting differentiated, we are samsari. Now the same example, their granddaughter and her friend, both are children, but differentiated because she is my granddaughter, the other is not my granddaughter. Samsara begins. In that example, through that grandmother, a jiva was expressing. Through me, God was expressing. I was not God. Through me, he was expressing. Let us allow him to express through us. See? Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshosti na priyaha. See, my dear friends, then alone the truth is revealed. You want to have evening lecture also? Then now it is 1 o'clock and I am hearing the rats running because we had breakfast 1 hour before. So we'll have the concluding session evening at 7 o'clock. Okay? That will conclude everything. Then tomorrow we will not have any section because tomorrow we will be in a hurry to pack up and go. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.